I did not hit her. I did not hit her.
I just saw The Room, and I never saw so many people so happy. I mean, they were cheering, and we had a full crowd. Was it 400 people in there?
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah. This movie that you're going to be doing, tell me about like what's going on from this point forward in terms of what they're doing with the story.
I mean, basically, they're adapting the book, kind of the story behind Tommy and myself, what led us to Hollywood, and kind of what pushed Tommy to make this film, and then basically tackling the making of this film which deserves its own movie, which is why it's getting it. Yeah, it's really a very kind of surreal take on the American dream and what it's like to try to make art. It's just, it's such a bizarre phenomenon.
What's it like? Let's talk about the American dream, because for you, one of the kind of the story about it I thought was fascinating was that you come into town as a model actor, you get discovered by one of the biggest agents in Hollywood, and then there's this crazy trajectory where
it's weird how that goes. You start out and you get these auditions and you get a few things and you feel like you're going to build momentum off of that, and you realize it's just there's no formula to this business.
Right.
You know, one day you can be up, the next day you're back to square one. And even if you have a great agent or you have credits, it's just there's no guarantee. It's really, and my parents kind of forced that, upon me, that it's rolling the dice. And as much as I didn't want to admit it then, it's true, because so much of it is out of your control. And you can only sustain yourself on hope for so long, or optimism,
or free rent.
Or free rent
from Tommy. Right?
Yeah, it was $200 a month, and all of a sudden it was $400 a month, and then you run out of money, you run out of time, and then you have to get a job, and then you don't have time to audition for anything. So it's such a crazy formula to try to make it in this business.
You're dealing with these massive highs and massive lows. How many years ago was the actual filming?
2002, and then it was released. It was released, 12 years ago.
When we talked in LA, you told me that performance was pretty much just phoned in. Like you never.
Yeah,
thought
I mean, it's
right?
you do a lot of odd jobs when you're trying to become an actor or a musician, and I was doing retail, and a lot of times you just kind of phone it in. You're just there to try to bide your time, and so The Room was kind of that for me, at least the acting part. It was just something to get through and move on to the next thing, and I didn't think anybody was going to ever see it.
If I were to tell you, 12 years later, hey, you're going to be known by everybody in Hollywood, and you know that, right? I mean, everyone is going to know who you are, which is an amazing thing. What would you have even thought? It's just so weird, right?
It's just to me it seems totally improbable, because there's so many things that need to happen for that to go right, and it's just so bizarre that it came from a film from somebody that I met in an acting class so casually, in San Francisco, and coming to LA as I thought where the ticket was, but really it all started in that acting class.
Did you love doing The Room?
No, I mean, The Room was kind of this really strange deal that I was doing because I was helping a friend out make his movie, and part of it was a better gig than working retail, and I just thought, let's just see where this goes.
Josh said that you were in it because you're so nice of a guy that you wouldn't let the man hang out on his own.
Yeah, I mean, I think definitely that's another thing in this business, being too nice. You find yourself in bizarre situations, and I think that was definitely part of this, is being in this movie was you're unwilling just to say no and walk away, but there's also kind of this fascination to see what this guy was going to do with this chance of wanting to make a movie.
You call it in your book like watching a baby cross the 405 freeway. You can't help but not
can't.
look.
I mean, you want to see what people are going to think of it, and that's if you approach it with a sense of humor, I think you can get the most out of it.
I can't even tell you why that room was so happy. I mean, people were just out of their minds happy.
It's I mean, people always say, do you regret doing the movie? But I don't know what else I could have done that could have, brought people that kind of entertainment. I hope I can make something that will be satisfying for me and satisfying for an audience. I guess that's the goal. Something crazy like that.
Why are you smoking this crap? No wonder you can't think straight. That stuff will mess up your brain.
Anyway, it's none of your business. Why are you so nosy? You think you know everything. You don't know shit.
Just a minute. Who do you think you are? You're acting like a kid. Grow up.
He is yelling.
Who are you calling a kid? Fuck you.
Cool it, Mark.
Peter grabs him by the arm. They stand up together.
Cool it, Mark. I'm just trying to help you. I know you're having an affair with Lisa. Am I wrong?
He jerks his arm away from Peter's grip and hits him in the face with his fist and knocks him down. Peter is unconscious. Mark stares at him.
Wake up, man. Wake up.
He looks around and sees a bucket of water, grabs it and pours it on Peter's face. Peter shakes his head and slowly wakes up. Then he sits up.
What are you doing? Are you crazy?
I'm sorry, I didn't mean it. You're my best friend.
What do you think's next for you after the movie's released?
I just want to continue to be creative and be passionate about what I'm doing. Be stimulated, and I really want to get into TV, a 10-episode type show where it begins and ends and wrap it up. And I feel like that'd be something I'm really interested in trying to do.
Yeah. Are you writing now?
Yeah, it's just it's putting a puzzle together, and it's a challenge. You're always got to be crafting it, and I feel like that. If I'm excited about something, it's worth putting in the work, and so that's kind of what I'm gravitating towards at the moment.
Well, thank you so much. Thanks for inviting us, because it was so much fun.
No, I'm glad you guys could make it out, and it's cool that you're here.
You're going to be huge, which is so exciting because I know you now. Someday, it's like, well, I used to know that guy.
Candles. Sexy dresses.
Well, thanks so much.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks for coming.